when I first looked into this some time ago, it seemed like a lot of money. And then after, probably the first payment, I think I got over that. The time investment was a much bigger deal for me. For quite some time, every day once a month when the meeting would roll around, I would get up in the morning and go, I have no business going to this, spending all day doing this. But by the end of that day, every single time, I would say this has been the best day of the month. And it was absolutely the right thing to do for the business, for me personally, for my family, everything. So the dollar commitment, it's like so many things in life, you get what you pay for. And I've long forgotten how much I'm even paying, because the value that I get out of it gives back in so many different ways. So I would laugh, don't raise the price. But but I think it's been a good, unquestionably a good value for money, and the investment that you make in yourself and your family and in your business. So unquestionably easy decision to make. And in particular, it's gotten to the point now where my wife is excited about the fact that I participate in Summit because of the things that it brings to her. The awareness that I'll have with the family that I might not otherwise have. And in the same way with the business, the guys in the business, the guys and gals at the office, they know when I'm going to a meeting, and they, at first were they unsure what the outcomes would be, but now they know that it's a steady progression in the right direction, and it's been a big positive impact on really everything.
One day out of your month, all by yourself, and just to sit down and work on your business for that one day, what would the value of that day be to you over the course of a year or the next 5 years? I mean, if you did that, it would probably be considerable value to you. Now, add into that picture your own personal coach, your own business coach who knows your business and knows other businesses really well, to come and sit down with you for that day and ask yourself what would be the value of that day to your business and to you as a person. Now add to that 10 or 12 guys who are bringing in literally hundreds of years of business experience and perspectives that you'll never have, and ask yourself, what's the value of that group? And that's in some ways the process that I had to go through.
The strategic life plan experience is one of the milestones in my life.
Demarcation line from stumbling around for 20 to 25 years, trying to glean, understand, and working very hard to figure out what God was up to when He was up to me, to a point in time where I received tremendous clarity, monetize the value of all the experiences in my life, both bad and good, into something that clearly pointed to a direction and purpose for my life. And having clarity around that has provided clarity around everything else.
I think the biggest thing that Summit Trek has done for me, as a founding member and having been here for many years, is I find that at home I have to wear the dad face. At the office I have to wear the boss face. And there's not a place where you can really sit down and talk about the things that you can talk about and take feedback on. And on a casual day, people will ask you how things are, and you'll say okay or fine. But a lot of times they're not okay and fine. It's nice to be able to go somewhere, meet with people who know you and understand you after spending this period of time and going through the process that we have, where you can address things and talk about things that aren't fine and get guidance and feedback from people that you know aren't there, because whatever, they're trying to separate you from your wallet or some political advantage. They're just there because they care about you, and they're going through a similar type of journey with the whole concept of the roping up aspect of it. You're there together, so that one team member may be at a high and another may be at a low, and it allows you to work in a way that picks people up when you need real help. So it's been a big positive impact for me from that perspective. It's given me a place to go and explore the things that could be in a more meaningful way.
It was an awesome experience with my wife, and again, it was kind of like a life plan with her, and to walk it through what not only the goals that she would have and how that mirrored up with mine and how God made us, but what were our goals and pathways that God had us to go and walk together. And so just to have that revealed and discussed and pray about was a great experience.
It's a great experience. It's worth the investment in time and money, because it's just a great place to get together with other business peers, other business owners who struggle with the same things you do, both personally, professionally, and spiritually. It just helps in so many different areas of my life. It's definitely worth the time and investment.
At first I was a little concerned about the financial cost and the time that it would take. I didn't think I could afford the time, and I wasn't sure I wanted to afford the cost. The reality of it is it's been a huge investment, a very powerful investment. So getting away for one day a month to think about my business, my family, my life, my relationships with my sons, all those things, has proven to be incredibly valuable. And so I think of it as an investment. And actually, I really enjoy having a day a month away from the business. I used to think that it couldn't survive without me. As it's turned out, it survived just fine. And the investment in time has been outstanding. And obviously the cost, at first it seemed like a lot of money, but it's incredible value for the money that you get. The coaching, the life plan, the accountability, and frankly the good advice and counsel. And if I think about the impact it's had on my business, I measure it in hundreds of thousands of dollars, truly. So really the cost in the end is insignificant, though at the time, especially at the beginning when I was writing the checks, it didn't feel that way. But it has been really a great investment.
If you're considering Summit Trek membership, you're likely asking yourself the question, is it worth it? Is it worth the money spent for what you receive? A meeting every month, a coaching meeting, and a lot of material, and maybe a few retreats. And that's a good question. That's what we all ask as owners and executives in our businesses. I just suggest maybe there's a different question to ask, and that is, are you worth it? Certainly in your business you have probably millions of dollars sometimes worth of equipment that you wouldn't dream of having without doing maintenance and maybe retrofitting at times or upgrading. And yet when it comes to you happen to be probably the most important person in your business because of the decisions you make and the conclusions you draw to different problems affect not only yourself and your business, but multiple numbers of people besides that. How often do you actually invest in yourself? So I'd just suggest that maybe you need to ask that question. Are you worth the investment? And in order to afford the kind of results you would get if your life was more clear and more purposeful.